Good evening, I'm Connie Harpham and welcome to a special edition of Mersey News Live. Now our top story, LJMU's Board of Governors has tonight been given a taste of university life. They've been able to see for themselves the achievements of students and staff as John Moores prepares to celebrate its 200-year-long history. Kira Bolton reports.
From fashion to crime, journalism to architecture, the Faculty of Art, Professional and Social Studies thrives to stay one step ahead with innovative and practical degrees. The aim of the board is to ensure that students get the best experience.
Oh, I have massive hopes for the university. This is already a very, very good university, but this university can be even better than it already is for our students. And for student experience, student success, student outcomes, employability, all of those things. I think we're doing well, but we can do even better, and we're absolutely dedicated. In our new strategy, 2023, which we're going to launch at the beginning of next calendar year to 2030, that is one of our main points of focus, is to actually raise that level even higher than where we are today.
There are 7,000 undergrad and postgrad students on the courses provided by the faculty. Some of those have been showing off their work as part of the visit. In the School of Fashion, the board saw how lecturers are using the medium to tackle inclusivity and diversity with FACE, which stands for Fashion Academics Creating Equality.
It's about perspectives and views and how do you embed culture, and how is it authentic, and what stories do you tell, and how do you allow or empower students to tell their own stories, and how do we create a curriculum that's sort of inclusive and where there's freedom to talk.
Only last week, the Chief Constable of Merseyside praised LJMU, stressing the importance of universities that offer vocational and professional focus and a partnership the uni has with the force. The university will be 200 years old next year, and this visit is the first of several celebrations.
We've got a really proud heritage, and I'm really proud to work for Liverpool John Moores, and genuinely I am. You know, you can tell by the accent I'm from the city region, but more than that, I'm proud of the work that the university has done as a former polytechnic in terms of developing skills and the talent pipeline and power and innovation across the city region for nearly 200 years, and that's what we're celebrating this year.
So watch this space as the university begins its countdown to 2023. Kira Bolton, Mersey News Live.
Now, Merseyside's Chief Constable has challenged repeated calls for back-to-basics policing. In her second annual lecture at Liverpool John Moores University, Serena Kennedy said new types of crime and diverse communities mean old ways just don't work. Matt Markey has more.
Merseyside Police Chief Constable Serena Kennedy delivered her annual lecture at Liverpool John Moores University last Thursday. The Chief Constable was joined by her deputy, Ian Critchley, and Merseyside Police and Crime Commissioner Emily Spurrell, as well as officers from neighbouring forces who had gathered to listen to her explain why a back-to-basics approach no longer meets modern challenges faced by the police.
Yeah, I mean, the HMI, Andy Cook, is using the phrase back to basics, and the reason he's using that phrase is he's saying that, you know, communities don't understand anymore kind of what the mission of policing is. So I understand why he makes it. The bit that Andy and I do agree on is that policing has to deliver excellence in the basics, and that's the phrase that I prefer. The reason I don't like the phrase back to basics is I don't think it explains or helps the community understand the challenges and the complexity of what policing is dealing with. So to answer your question in relation to is it frustrating? Yes, it can be frustrating, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm doing the lecture tonight, because what I want to say is our communities absolutely should get excellence in the basics, but policing has got to take responsibility for explaining to our communities what we are dealing with.
Serena Kennedy's first year as Merseyside's first female Chief Constable has been filled with challenges. In the last year, Liverpool has been shaken by a number of high-profile incidents, such as a terrorist attack outside the Women's Hospital, the murder of 12-year-old Ava White in a city centre stabbing, and the shooting of 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Corbell. While tackling major crime remains a top priority, the Chief Constable assured the public that her officers remain at the front line of safeguarding the vulnerable, following a decade that has seen a 791% increase in regional domestic abuse offences.
Have we had to restructure the way in which Merseyside Police we deliver our services? Yes, we absolutely have. You know, our investment has to be into our teams around protecting vulnerable people to deal with those crimes that didn't used to kind of be reported to us, and likewise for fraud and cybercrime.
Deputy Chief Constable Ian Critchley echoed the force's commitment to protecting those in need.
There is a challenge there, but I must give confidence to victims that please ring us, please contact us, don't suffer in silence. There will be an immediate emergency response when we are needed.
The Chief Constable rounded off her lecture by describing the pride she has in Merseyside's police force.
I am proud of the work that is being done in Merseyside, focusing on inclusion to improve the trust and confidence of all of our communities in Merseyside Police, but also of our own staff.
Matthew Markey, MerseyNewsLive.
Meanwhile, police are continuing to appeal for witnesses to a shooting on the Wirral at the weekend. A 21-year-old was hit in the leg in the incident in Woodchurch. He's said to be in a serious but stable condition. Now, parents are being urged to look out for the signs of strep A. The warning comes as a 4-year-old girl remains in Liverpool's Alderhay Hospital being treated for the rare infection. Now then, if you shout walkies and wave a lead around at Spot the Dog, you are unlikely to get a response. That's because Liverpool John Moore's recent investment is a robo-hound designed to map its environment, sense and avoid obstacles, climb stairs and open doors, all without marking its territory. Rachel Cohen followed this lead for us.
LJMU is the first university in Europe to acquire Spot and the laser scanner with software as a package, and plans to use its £150,000 investment for teaching and research. Dr. Fiona Borthwick, subject head of Civil Engineering and Built Environment, explains what Spot is capable of and how he can help the university.
If there was like a structural issue on a building, you could put Spot in, you could control him, he could take scans to see the damage, you could look at the aspect from a thermal camera from building services, energy efficient, those sort of aspects, if there's any leakages of gases, the nuclear side of things. So there's a lot of potential with Spot. That's why we're really pleased that, you know, we've got him within the school and the faculty.
The university is excited for the benefits that Spot will bring them. Rachel Cowan, MerseyNewsLive.
I'm joined now by Adam Tiffin, our sports editor. So Adam, what's going on with the World Cup?
Well, Raheem Sterling is back home with his fiancée and children after leaving Qatar. Investigations have begun on a burglary at the home of the England star after police were called to the house at 9 p.m. on Saturday. Meanwhile, England are gearing up to face World Cup holders France in Saturday night's quarter-final clash. Now, while the England stars battle it out in Qatar, here on Merseyside, Mersey Sport Live reporter George Randalls has been to Liverpool Powerchairs Football Club to see how they're bringing it home.
Powerchair football, a growing sport that to many is still unknown. I headed down to see Greenbank Powerchair Football Club for the North West League Day to uncover what this sport really means to them. Greenbank coach Jerry Kinsella highlighted that powerchair football truly does balance out disability.
What I really like about both of the sports is the adaptability. So irrespective of your physical ability, we can now design a chair which you can drive with your foot. Some people literally only got minimal movement in the wrist. Some people may even have to drive a chair using their head movement. But once you're able to control that chair, you're on equal footing with more or less anyone else in that chair. And then it's time to you, as an athlete, to be able to read and react accordingly. But it equalises disability.
The community feel at the club was of clear importance, as Sally and Jordan, who play for the B team, explained.
Yeah, it's the people in the club as well, yeah. Team, yeah.
Because they're all like similar to you as well, so it's easy to connect with.
By the end of play, Greenbank A had won both of their fixtures, with Greenbank B having one win and one loss to their name. Liam, who's the A-side's most regular captain, found the games more challenging than he first expected.
we knew the teams would be a bit easier, but they were actually a bit of a challenge. So, but we managed to do it. You know, we scored quite a few goals. So considering who we were playing, it was when we realised when we were playing, they were quite good. So we scored quite a few, which is good against a good team. So we played actually our other team, like because Greenbank was 2 teams, so we played our lower team, and yeah, got a few goals and assists, and we played well.
That capped off a day of great success at Greenbank Sports Academy. Power chair football really has become a cornerstone in this part of Merseyside. George Randalls, Mersey Sport Live.
Paddy the Baddy Pimblett will compete in the co-main event of UFC 282 on Saturday night in Las Vegas. Despite only being 3 fights into his UFC career, the Liverpool-based fighter has said that he's the biggest star in the promotion and he's going to blow the roof off the T-Mobile Arena. So, Connie, that's it from the sport.
Thanks, Adam. And that's it from Mersey News Live. For more on these stories, go to MerseyNewsLive.com and follow us on Twitter at MerseyNewsLive. Good night.
Good night.